Hello guys and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls 3 The Fire Fades. Last time we defeated the Ashen Judge, Udix Gundyr, and upon doing so we obtained the coiled sword, gathered some equipment, need to put that ring on, and we embedded the coiled sword into the centre of Firelink Shrine to create a bonfire that could take us out of the Firelink Shrine and get our way to a completely new area. High Wall of Lothric, the first major area in Dark Souls 3. In this episode, we're going to be exploring the High Wall, gaining some new equipment, gathering some items, and hopefully we'll be fighting a boss fight at the end of it. So, that being said, it's time for us to start our journey through Lothric. And they open us up with one of the best opening levels in the series, and it reminds me a lot of Yharnam from Bloodborne, and that's probably why I like it. Anyway, so we start out here in this little lone fool building. Just open up this door here. Welcome to the High Wall of Lothric. This level is freaking huge, and just over there is the Grand Archives and the bridge to Upper Lothric. So we get to see our final destination all the way from here. We'll light this first bonfire and we'll go down this optional route first before we progress to the main route. Make sure to kill this crossbowman before you go down to fight on this area here, or else he will attack you. And the fucking dogs. Man's most hated enemy in Dark Souls 3. With damn reason, these things are a pain to fight, they're not fun to fight, and they're just annoying to fight. Nobody likes them. Oh, hello. Got bitten by this great axe user. I was hoping to get a backstab, but clearly they didn't want me doing that. I can pick up the soul of a deserted corpse. I can see another dude coming down the stairs because he's being really rude. No? Could have sworn someone was coming down the stairs. Oh, hello. There you are. Anyway, so the coveted silver serpent ring that we got in the last episode, I never truly went over what it does. First off, we want to kill one of these guys. Kill you. The reason you want to kill him is because he is a passive man. He will become similar to Udix Gundyr's second stage. You don't get anything for killing them in that state, but it's an easier fight. Instead, you will get a ember if you killed him as a passive man, but trust me, you don't want to bother. It's not worth all the effort. While we got a bit of downtime, I'm just going to remove the Ashen Estus flask from the inventory because we don't need it. Anyway, so you can go just there for the longbow, and that's about it. There's nothing really important back there. It's literally a side route. Anyway, the hollows here don't pose too much of a threat. They're really easy to kill. But like I said, the level design of this area reminds me heavily of Central Yharnam from Bloodborne, and that level was pretty amazing. It was one of the best levels in Bloodborne, because it took advantage of what Bloodborne did right. It was one of the best openings ever. It had a really cool opening boss fight. We got a decent bit of armor there, I think, actually. Deserter armor. It's heavier and actually offers less defenses than before, so I don't see how that's actually possible. Anyway, you got a little newbie's ambush here. You got a dude hiding there and a dude that's crouched, and well, that is BS. He shouldn't have been able to. I don't get how I can hit him from there, but he could. But oh well. You can get the binoculars here, which if you're a mage, that is very useful. You can use those to zoom in on targets and snipe them from a distance. Next thing worth doing is going around this dragon corpse, dropping down here, and we can pick up the gold pine resin, which will become really important later, so I'm going to equip that now. And you can drop into this room, or you can walk from the other side. Your choice, really. It's not too much to this room. There's a couple of items and some enemies. Particularly, there's this fucker here who's trying to hit you through... Iron round shield. Is that lighter than what I've got, or is that heavier? It's both the same. That's a parry shield, and actually blocks more. So you know what? I'll use that because that's actually better. I've changed my shield so much. But I don't plan to use the shield for blocking. I plan to parry. Is the thing. And I'm not the best at parrying, but I'm definitely going to try to be better. Ow. Now, fighting you with the inability to kick with this weapon is going to be very much a pain in the arse. So just heal you and then... Now there is a little trick we can do to actually get rid of most of these enemies, if I remember right. You can... Yeah, there's a dragon. Getting past that thing can be fairly annoying if you're not careful. And so, if we're also not careful, fighting this Lothric knight. Take advantage of the fact you can parry them. And kill. Do we get anything from them? Because they can drop loot. No, we did not. That is a shame. But I will not get too bothered. Whoa, hello. You came pretty much out of nowhere. But I also don't trust you running around at the bottom there, so... You are going to climb back up and we're going to fight, so... Get ready. It's time to duel. Come over here. When did the AI get retarded? This guy's AI was alright in the normal version. There we go. Let's kill him. And clamber across here to pick up a couple of fire bombs. And there is a bonfire to be found up here. I would rest at it, but I don't feel like doing that. That might end up getting me killed. But you know what? I'm not going to rest at it. I can probably do what little level there is left with one Estus. Not to say that there isn't much level left. There's still quite a fair amount. This is arguably one of the biggest levels in Dark Souls 3. Ouch, ouch. But I feel like I will do fine for what I plan to do, because I don't plan on going too far in terms of exploration of Lothric. First off, I need the dude on the ladder to climb up here and fight me. Ow! I don't get what was up with that. I had like 10,000 recovery animations to go through there. You can die. I'm gonna chug my last Estus because I actually need it. I don't get what happened there. I had like 10,000 different recovery animations I did there. And now we're gonna play a fun little game called Peg It. There is a pus of man that will erupt from that guy's body fairly shortly, and we're just going to run all the way past him. He's going to explode about now. Going to ignore the archer that's going to be over there. Got some black fire bombs. We're going to jump down here. We're going to wait for the angel knight, the winged knight here, the angel. Gonna wait for him to go round, jump down here, pick up an ember, and then we're gonna peg it to the shortcut. You got to be careful here because you get immediately swarmed by a couple of hollows. They're all very weak though. That is their downside. I mean, take notes, Dark Souls 2. If that were Dark Souls 2, all of those would be normal enemies that can wreck you in a matter of seconds. Luckily, this is not Dark Souls 2. So we don't have to worry about that. And now we have a shortcut to the other half of Lothric. This is the only other point of that optional side area that we went to at the start. Pick up some throwing knives. And while I am ballsy and I could probably kill Vort with that much health, I'm going to do the safe option and will rest. However, we're not completely done with Lothric. We're going to go back to Tower on the Wall because I need to pick up a very important item. Two important items, actually. In fact, I need to remember where the item in question even is. Right, I think I know where I'm going. So welcome back to High Wall of Lothric. We're on the Tower on the Wall. Now you can wait for that Lothric Knight to go down the road, and then we don't have to do him. Anyway. It's just a few... So, the area we need to go to in question is across from this little pus of man area. And, oh boy, I will probably take it down this time. Hopefully, we can catch up to him before he does the bullshit part where he transforms. Best time to attack him is when he's charging. Let this guy come up. Now. Now, the dude in question is right here. Did we get him? I think we got him, yes. He did not transform. That is good. Again, like I said, you don't get anything for doing it, but it's the safest option to go. Kill this crystal lizard. Doing so rewards you with a raw gem. Get the large soul of a deserted corpse. And now we're going to take this next bit a little slower than what you would normally. Because first off, we've got this crossbowman here. Got this crossbowman who brought his buddies to work. Oh no! Oh, you are joking. Oh, that was embarrassing. Fucking hell. This isn't a hard level. Why did that happen? Oh, god damn it. Right. Oh, that's embarrassing. I know, this is Dark Souls. Like, dying is a part of it, but Christ's sakes, that was an embarrassing way to go. Right, he got a cheeky second hit in when he wasn't supposed to, the cheeky bastard. Ow. I hate throwing knives, they are so annoying. Right. Now I'm gonna run past the Pussed Man this time, because the only reason I actually bothered trying to take it down was for the raw gem. Because killing that crystal lizard is a lot easier with the Pussed Man dead. Come over here. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to coax me into summoning the other guy, so then I have to fight both of you at once. And I'm not that thick. Come here. Dashing through is definitely the right way to do things. Let his mates come first. Oh no, my batteries are dying. That was not a good time to see that message pop up. Now then, this is admittedly where things get a lot harder, especially with only 2 Estus. First off, we'll go through here, kill you. Then we get another Titanite shard. Now, this is where things get a bit dicey. And I am going to actually switch one-handed. As you can see there is another Lothric knight. This one's got a halberd and has a spear and a great shield. This is not fun to deal with, because I'm relying on parries and ripostes with the inability to guard break. Okay, you cannot parry that, I don't think. There we go. You got a backstab fish here. Oh, we did it. Okay. And we got ourselves a free Estus back for that. That's nice. Anyway, first step is to go this way, because that is a item. Pretty good item, if I remember right. Isn't this the... Nope. It's below it. There is the store is straight up behind there. You can see there's a dude over there. He's guarding some really cool stuff. And that is why we will kill him. Anyway, this is a broadsword. Oh wow, I got another free Estus. That's nice. God, excuse me. Anyway. there is a chest here. It isn't a mimic. It actually contains the Silver Eagle Kite Shield, which is a 100% block shield. One of the best early game shields in the game completely. Why am I not using it? Because it doesn't give me a parry. It's a unique kind of shield that offers something called a weapon skill. Essentially, instead of parrying like a normal shield would, it will use whatever the skill is of the right hand weapon. In the case of the Sellsword's Twin Blades, it is a spin slash like that. The reason that I'm not using it is because I can't parry. If I can't parry, then some bosses become a little bit more annoying, because, well, parries are really good on a lot of bosses. Anyway, here's the Astora's Straight Sword, which is a decent item. I believe it scales with Faith, if I remember right. And this is where things get dicey, because we've got dogs, we've got hollow undead soldiers, and 2 items I need to pick up. If I had my way, I would clear out the room and gather all the items at my own pace, but something tells me I will not have that luxury. There is an easy way out, though. If you can aim, you can actually kill a lot of them with firebomb, because some of these barrels, I'm pretty sure, are explosive. That went really badly. Because I want to throw it, but I don't want to, like, fall off the cliff to do it. I could at least take out the dogs from up here. Because honestly, the dogs are the worst part. Regular enemies aren't too bad, but dogs are a pain in the ass. There we go. That's what I was trying to aim for. Didn't get the dog in it. Trying to see what I've got left to deal with on the floor. We've got the dude with the axe. 2 dudes with axes. Trying to lock onto this guy, but he won't let me. There we go, that should just leave the dude with the axe and a dog, which is a lot more easier to manage than what you would have to have dealt with originally. Whoa, that was a lucky drop. We got the Great Axe, which is one of the best strength weapons in the game. The only problem is you need a lot of strength to use it. Now, the other item we need is the cell key, which I believe is here. No? Okay, I know the oh, I know where it is. It's the dog guards it, doesn't he? See what I mean by about the dogs being annoying? I mean, he literally ran through the wall to try and get me. Anyway, there's the cell key, which is the other important item we came here for. With that, there is not much to really do left, other than the boss, which is probably what we'll do now. Oh, why is the winged knight here? Just keep running, just keep running. Just keep running. Run past the Lothric knights, dodge roll. Dodge roll. Just get into the cathedral. Oh, good grief. There we go. Oh! Fuck you! You ain't getting anywhere near me, you bastard. Right. Let's talk to the High Priestess.
Ah, the wait has been long, unkindled one. I am Emma, High Priestess of Lothric Castle. Allow me to speak frankly. You will not find the Lords of Cinder here. They have left, gone, to their journey homes, converging at the base of this castle. Head to the bottom of the high wall, forge on through the great gate, and raise this banner to proceed. This farewell gift is for you. It is the insignia of an old covenant. If you fear trespassers, dark spirits drawn by the embers, then etch this upon your heart, and the old Concord will beckon noble blue sentinels to hunt these foul spirits.
And we get the Way of Blue Covenant.
Unkindled one, head to the high wall's base. Go through the great gate and raise this banner to proceed. But beware. The dog keeps a close eye on things. The vile watchdog of the Boreal Valley. Unkindle goes but the vile
The Boreal Valley and its vile watchdog. Something tells me we'll be encountering that fairly shortly. So, as you can see, we've got two Lothric knights that we need to sprint past. Because, well, they're just going to be a pain to fight two at a time. And you saw how much I struggled with just the shield guy. I can parry the sword one, admittedly. Luckily, there is a thing called Boss Arena Syndrome. Because, spoiler alert, we've got a boss in here. And for whatever reason, the enemies do not like following you here. So, take advantage of it. And as for what's going to happen next, it's time for us to fight the vile watchdog of the Boreal Valley. This is Vort of the Boreal Valley. Easily one of my favorite bosses in the game. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't have it in two-hand full. Anyway, the problem with Vort is that he can hardly hit you. And that's the fight over. Shame too, because one of the reasons Vort is one of my favorite bosses in the game is because it has a freaking badass battle theme. I highly recommend you check it out and listen to it in your own time. It's easily one of my favorite boss themes in the entire game. And you barely got to hear it in that fight. The phase 2 part is amazing, and all we heard was literally the best part. Shame too. Who remembers these guys from Dark Souls 1, eh? And with that, we've reached the Undead Settlement, the second area of the game, and another really cool level. Admittedly, one of the better levels in the game can actually be found right over there. I actually like that level that I just pointed to. It's long, but it's a cool level. But before we progress into the Undead Settlement, we're actually going to go back to the High Wall of Lothric. Specifically to the tower on the wall, and more specifically, we're going to use that cell key we just got. Because we have an NPC to pick up, arguably one of the more important ones, and I definitely plan to pick up and use him. It's also going to be one of the few quest lines I will follow, admittedly. I love that. I could have ended that Vort fight so much quicker, if I remembered to switch my weapon to the two-hand mode. I kept using the damn shield. I was thinking, like, what the hell's going on? Is my L1 button broken? Why am I not swinging both? Why am I not attacking? It's because I forgot to switch to using both swords at once. I was still in the one-handed mode, so it's like bang my shield up, expecting to hit them. Does make me curious about something regarding the Silver Eagle Kite Shield, which I'll check once I do what I need to do with that cell key. Anyway, we do have a halberd hollow down here on his own. Luckily, he's easy. Yeah, while I've got nothing to fight down here, I'm curious. Oh, I can't even use it properly. I'm curious. Does in two hands do I... No, it's literally a block. Okay. I was just curious as to whether I got I was curious if you used the two hands to fight with it, if you had the shield out, but no, it's purely just the weapon art that you gain access to. It's good to clarify. Anyway, get some fire bombs. Kill you, get some throwing knives. Pick up the mail breaker, which is a thrusting weapon. Very good at fighting armored enemies. In fact, against Vort, it would do some decent damage as well. Which just leaves the meat of everything as to why we came down here. And this is where we use the cell key. And this is who we came for.
Ah. You're no jailer, are you? No, you're from far away. And judging by the bell, you must be some of that unkindled ash. Remarkable. If that's true, then I have a favor to ask. Below the high wall is a musty little town. Not the home of any lord, just a very old settlement of undead. An old woman, Loretta, lives there. Please, give her this ring? I'm not asking for charity. In fact, if you do this for me, I'll be sure to repay you in kind. I may be a petty thief, but I've more wits than most royalty. What do you say then, huh? Very well. I humbly place my faith in you. I am Grey Rat of the Undead Settlement, and I promise to assist you. Give this ring to old Loretta at the base of the high wall. Do your part, and I'll do mine.
There we get the blue tear stone ring. Very useful ring. It's one of the more popular beginner rings because it gives you increased defenses at low HP, which honestly makes no sense to me because if you're low on HP, you're probably going to die from the next attack that hits you anyway. Blue tear stone really won't do much to help you. Its cousin counterpart, the red tear stone ring, is definitely way more useful in that regard. But, you know, blue tear stone does have its uses, and you get it anyway. I mean, you have to pick it up. Can't just ignore it. And let's try fighting this Lothric Knight to end things off. Anyway, you can try and grind the Lothric Knights. Admittedly, they will drop. They can drop a bunch of different things depending on what kind of knight you're fighting. If you're fighting that knight, he can drop any piece of his armor. So the Lothric Knight helm, Lothric Knight mail, Lothric Knight guards, and the Lothric Knight trousers, or whatever they're called. Or he can drop the Lothric Knight sword, the Lothric Knight shield, and that's it. If you fight the spear version, he can drop the armor, but instead he can also give you the Lothric Knight great shield and the Lothric Knight long spear, I believe. But it's all pot luck as to whether or not you can get them, so I really wouldn't recommend farming them. Not really. Anyway, what I would recommend doing, though, is talking to Andre, having him reinforce our Estus Flask, just making sure, good, it's allotted to my Orange Estus. And seeing as we picked up some Titanite at the High Wall, let's upgrade the Sellsword Twin Blades to +1, and only +1, because I do not have enough for +2.
Pretty.
And as you can see, Grey Rat has now made us a living as a merchant here.
Oh, hello, you're back. And in one piece. Well, now it's time I do my part. Whatever trinket you need, speak up. Just don't ask me where I got them.
So he sells some embers, blood red moss clump, which will heal bleed reduction, throwing knives, firebombs, rope firebombs, which are thrown behind you. And he does sell some weapons, the bandit knife, longsword, bastard sword, mace, spear, crossbow. He sells the buckler, one of the better parry shields in the game. I might consider buying this later. Kite shield, which is a 100% block shield. I wouldn't mind picking it up myself, but I'm not leveling strength. The thief set and the hard leather set, or the thief mask rather, and the hard leather armor set, which was the warrior set from the first Dark Souls. Arrows and bolts. He's a decent merchant.
Goodbye.
And you have the opportunity to pick up other stuff as well. Haven't talked to the Shrine Handmaid yet, but that's because I don't need to talk to her yet. What we do need to do, though, is consume the souls we have acquired. And this is where I don't... Yeah, that fading soul doesn't give you shit. It gives you 50 souls, which is pretty crap. I'm just going to crunch all of our souls. except for one. We're not going to crunch Vorts right away. Primarily because I am debating the use of an item that we can get from his boss soul. If I crunched it now, I could get 2,000 souls for it, which would be nice. I could get some level ups with it. But you can get 2 different items from transposing, which we can get the item for that in the next area. And I'm debating using one of the items you can get. It's pretty obvious which one, considering what strat I'm
Welcome
using.
home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well, then touch the darkness within me.
I did not mean to gesture then.
Take nourishment from the...
Anyway. Okay, we can't quite get to 20 vigor, which is was the plan. I want to get to 20 vigor, 20 dexterity, and then I'm going to start leveling luck. Get that to around 20. But I can't get that, so we'll just get 2
Farewell, Ashen.
in vigor to try and get my health up. That being said, that is everything that we plan to do in this episode, because we've gone over the 40-minute marker. I wanted to try and keep it half an hour, but died a few too many times. So, next time on Let's Play Dark Souls 3 The Fire Fades, we're going to take our first steps into the undead settlement. We might fight the boss there, and we'll do some exploring of this settlement. Hopefully we'll find that Loretta person that the Grey Rat was mentioning. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys then.